bunch of things make Dragon Age Origins dark and gritty. I mean, it starts with the combat. It's got blood, it's got dirt, it's got some beheading. You know, it's got a feel that is really makes you feel like you're immersed in this world that is dark and heroic. And there's some things you have to do for a greater good sometimes that are kind of nasty. Of course, Dragon Age Origins has an art look, I think, that really defines what dark heroic fantasy looks like as well, and the lighting and the textures and the way the action flows really enhances that dark gritty feel as well.
I mean, obviously we had to look back to our earlier titles and going back to some of the early stuff like Baldur's Gate to kind of see what we did for cinematics then. We've also had to, look at some of the modern fantasy films that have been done today. And for Dragon Age, we're trying to keep cinematography toned down from what is commonly found in a lot of action flicks in today's movies. You know, we have a lot of movies today have a very shaky handheld camera. You're constantly zooming in and out. That's not Dragon Age's style at all. We're very traditional cinematography for it. It just lends itself very well to the fantasy genre.
This blight must be stopped here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Everything revolves around that origin story. So how does that environment reflect where he's coming from, his past, his history, and really creating a strong launching point for the player's journey?
We treat each cutscene as important as the next because we really have no idea what your personal experience is going to be. So we got to make sure that regardless of the choices that you make, that experience that you have cinematically is top-notch all the way along.
Looking at the audio for Dragon Age, it's darkness. It's the heart of darkness. It's as dark as you can get, and from an audio perspective, I have to use contrast because all dark all the time is just blackness, and all in terms of color, and all dark all the time in terms of audio, you find yourself you're no longer impacted by the sound. So I will, whilst you'll have sound that's relatively normal, and that's to say, this world sounds okay, a lot of the time that okay is only a respite before you're plunged once more into the abyss that is the scary world of Dragon Age.
This is a world where times aren't peaceful. There's constant wars going on, and so if you have a fortress, it's probably been attacked several times, destroyed, rebuilt upon, destroyed again, rebuilt. So you get this foundation of layers. And with everything that we build, we try to incorporate that same philosophy. So again, whether it's a simple costume for a peasant or a king or a castle, we try to apply the same logic with a bit of a twist in detail and history.
The story is a mature themed story. You know, it's meant for an adult audience. It's got dark heroic fantasy elements throughout. And I think you're going to get to make choices which have momentous consequences that you just haven't seen before in a role-playing game.